Okay, we are back at it again with another episode of Tales of Xillia. Last time we got ambushed by we got backstabbed by Wingle. Yeah, that's right. And now we're on our way to Niakara. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so can we fast travel there? All right, we can. Nice. Was there anything I wanted to do? I think yeah, I have the food buff on. I got new equipment. Rending fist. Alright, I'm good. Let's go. Niakara. Oh yeah, isn't this place like decimated? Oh no, everyone's fine. Nani? Oh. The elders are all dead. That's a yikes. The road to Maxwell. This place is so dreary now. Used to be all sunshine, now it's all cloudy and depressing. Okay, Milla Shrine, that's where I'm supposed to go. Ah, this little punk.
Hey, it's the little guy with the big mouth.
Ivor, what are you doing here? Did Gaius and Muse come this way? Is everything okay?
Not just them. Wingle headed to the Holomont as well. He also left me with a little message. Jude may come after us. Deal with him as you wish.
I was gonna let that guy off easy because he looks good in black, but now he's on my hit list.
So, Gaius abandoned you, huh?
I don't expect you to understand our circumstance, but please, we don't have time for this right now.
Silence!
1v1 me.
Jude came here to finish what Milla started.
None of that matters anymore, understand?
What?
How dare you?
Jude, why did it always have to be you?
You jelly, bro?
Everyone, go on ahead.
Ah,
we will
yeah.
have to refuse.
Dang it.
Guys?
Ha! You can't even fight your own battles! You coward!
Bro, I beat your ass already.
Jude just told you that we don't have time for this. That's right. He has something he needs to do. We all do.
Yeah, show off the new weapons.
If you would interfere with Jude, then you would interfere with us. We will pass.
You shall pass. Ah. Fight with the wyvern, huh? Okay, let's take out the wyvern first.
We'll
Maya, huh?
settle this once and for all.
This isn't necessary. Please, just let me through.
Oh, it's
Aw,
necessary.
man, it's resistant against my rending fist. Dang it. Back to Valkyrie Wings.
Are you all right? The only thing I care about right now is defeating you.
Are you serious?
Oh, I am. I've never been more serious in my life. I can't end here.
I died?
I'll accompany you. Now, this cannot be.
Oh man. I got my arts. Oh, come on, again? Oh, this is bad. Oh, okay. Clearly, I need to deal with you first.
Oh yeah, I feel it! Dig on! Eagle! Strike! Now! Alright!
Oh, man. Okay, are you weak against? Oh, you're weak against wind. Okay, rending fist against you. You know what? I need double gallop. No, I don't need that anymore. I want this. 2/3 original cost.
Yes, with pleasure.
Oh my god.
Not yet.
Oh my goodness.
Rolling. Understood.
The battles are getting hard now.
Terraspin! Terraspin! Now! Well played. Terraspin!
Don't worry.
Well played.
Attack me so I can dodge it. Yes!
Now! Beast! That's one! Understood. Groundbreaker! Igneous crush! Strike!
Let me turn to blade.
Strike! Final fury!
Bang.
Strike! Now! Forward! Forward! My spear!
Yeah.
Always one step ahead. Savage roar!
Whoa!
Not yet!
Quit aiming for me.
My spear! My spear!
Ah!
Rolling! Understood! Groundbreaker! Oh yeah, I feel it! Now, my spear! There!
Haha.
Still fight! Now! Rowan! Understood! My spear! Groundbreaker! Eat it! Right. Not yet! Lost focus! Time to change the tide of battle! Focus! That's one! Understood! Much better. Groundbreaker! Not yet! Terror! Now!
Yeah.
Always one. Rowan! Understood!
Please keep them away.
Groundbreaker! Igneous crush! My spear! My spear!
Ah, I get it.
My spear!
Come at me, bro.
Oh yeah, I feel it!
I'm really feeling it. Whoa!
I'll show you true. Let the spirit course through my blades and bellows.
Oh my goodness.
Now, focus! Not yet! Now! Terrapin!
Whoa!
You ready? I will guard from incoming arts. Strike! Now! Terraspin! Now! Strike! Now! Oh yeah, I feel it!
What are you gonna do?
Surge!
Whoa!
Far too close. This cannot be.
Uh-oh.
My thanks. Understood.
Keep them away.
Groundbreaker! My spear!
Oh god.
Terraspin! Now! Beast! Now!
Yes! Get out of my face. Fire.
Sunspark! Large blitz! Rising Falcon! Steel!
I'm ready.
Fall!
With me, okay?
Without support!
Barrier.
Let's do this!
Got it. Destructive blade.
Damn, it is done.
Go, Timo. Sharing is caring. Hey, looky here.
Destructive blade!
Now.
Please, without support! Fall! Let's do this!
Got it. Destructive blade.
I'll accompany you.
Don't worry. Won't stop me.
Igneous crush!
Circle.
Jude, thank you. Now! Strike! Final Fury! Now! Cross are close. Now!
Get him.
That's one!
Got it. Destructive blade.
Provide support.
Okay, I think now I can put back on the... Where is it? Double gout. Might as well put on someone else too. Oh, I do. Okay. Can I put more on? Yeah, sure. Do it. Huh.
Now! Savage Roar!
Right on point.
Ugh.
Won't stop me.
Strike!
I'll
Now!
help. Energize.
Let's do this!
Got it. Destructive blade.
I'll accompany you. Focus! Beast! Now!
Ugh.
Now! Are you ready? Savage Roar! Beast! Going! Understood! Lance Breaker!
Get off me!
Cross are close.
Circle.
Rolling! Understood! Igneous Crush! Now!
Don't
Well
worry.
played.
Energize.
Now! Steel! Now! Beat! My vanguard! One! Understood! Groundbreaker!
Yeah.
We finally won. Yeah, let's move on.
Damn it.
Jude,
It's nothing. Let's go. Not yet.
I feel much stronger.
There's always room for improvement.
I'm just getting started.
Need more training. Get Shrek, nerd. God, I hate this game.
Why? Why do you always defeat me? I curse you! I'm the handmaid. I had a sacred duty to protect Lady Milla. I'm special! Special, I tell you!
Especially an
Neither
idiot.
of us are special. Not yet, anyway, Ivor.
What did you say?
But that doesn't mean that I don't want to learn how to be like them. Just like Milla and Gaius.
Someone like you will never be like them! You're the one who let Lady Milla die!
Ivor, you loved her too. If I really were special, then maybe I might have actually been able to save her. I'm sorry.
The Holomut is right beyond the shrine.
Ivor?
Go! Just go! Get out of my sight once and for all!
He got out of our sight first. Ivor must have been tortured by all this.
We may have just given him some bitter medicine.
I hope you're right. I look forward to seeing how he acts the next time we meet him.
Who knows? There may not be a next time. Let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. What's that supposed to mean?
What is that supposed to mean? You plan to lay down your life? Petty pilferer. What's that about? Probably something from Leia.
I've no excuse for my performance. Age must have dulled my combat skills more than I'd realized.
A handmaid's pride.
Looks like Ivor's angry at me again.
It looked to me as though Ivor's anger was mostly with himself. I do believe you have won his approval.
I have?
Yes, but Ivor is a prideful man, and can ill endure the humiliation of defeat.
That's probably why I got that feeling he won't show up again.
You almost sound sad about that. Ivor has done nothing but yell at you.
I certainly didn't like that part. But if we could have done it in a civilized fashion, it would have been nice to sit down and talk for once.
I see.
Ivor said the Holomod was past the shrine, but I don't see a path or anything.
Let's take a look inside the shrine.
I think I missed the skit. No. Oh, I missed a lot.
Phew. Ain't that by the skin of our teeth?
I'm sorry. It's my fault that the big man attacked you.
Oh, after
Don't be
Zhao.
mad at Ellie.
He was the one who picked the fight. There's nothing for you to apologize for. Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. You're a real pal, Alvin.
It ain't every day a treasure like you falls into my lap.
Huh?
Because you're such a gifted channeler, I mean. You know. So you'll be a big help to me, too.
Sus. Oh man, he was so sus. It says hexed.
Elise, Giselle, we have to hurry.
But if we get careless...
Gillen said they only explode when you step in a hex zone. It seemed quite precise. It should not explode otherwise.
You have that much confidence in our enemy's traps?
It's merely conjecture. There could be any number of other possibilities.
So in other words, we can't be sure of anything.
That is correct. But no one can ever make guarantees about the future.
I'm a daughter of House Cheryl. I can get through this. I can't be scared. Are we going to be okay? Yeah. Hang in there, Ellie.
Oh, that's probably from Milla's point of view. When she was captured at Fort Gondola. Okay. Never mind then. What other skits did I miss? I mean, I don't want to view all the Milla ones. Or do I? No, I don't. An unexpected chill.
As if it wasn't hot enough.
Oh, that's from Milla's point of view. Interrogate Elise.
So, Leia, it was just you and Jude for a while, huh?
Pretty much.
Did you cook for him?
Yeah, sure.
And anything else?
Like what? Elise, if you have something you want to say, come say it to me straight.
You're the one who needs to be telling it straight.
Nothing happened, okay? Nothing at all.
Boring.
That's too bad.
You'll get him next time.
Damn it, Elise. I can't believe you had Tipo bad cop me like that.
Erratic Muse.
Muse is like a totally different person now.
She was never a person. She's a different spirit.
She's no different. This was her true nature all along.
I don't know if that's the case.
How come?
She's just been following orders this whole time. I wonder what she's feeling inside. It could be completely different from her outward actions. She might simply be lost, like I used to be.
Oh boy. Here we go again.
Don't get me wrong, I can't forgive what she's done. It's just...
I know. Nice guy Jude has to walk a mile in the enemy's shoes. Just remember what we're here to do.
I know, she has to be stopped. We have to stop her.
Okay. I think that's fine. Alright, keep going. Whoa. Whoa. Ominous.
It's starting to rain. Are you sure we want to keep going?
Yeah, it's dangerous, but we have to keep moving.
Ominous music.
My contemporaries are tending to plants in their gardens while I'm climbing on them like some young buck. I honestly don't know.
The music. That's right. Oh, 49. Damn.
Let's see what they got.
Let's do this.
Got it. Strike.
How about an encore?
Please keep it going.
Devious crush! Now! Strike! Now! That's one!
Understood.
Let's keep this up. Up we go!
Yes, there's always...
I need link encounters. What level am I? 59. Oh, damn, I'm level 59? Holy. I guess level isn't an issue. Oh, is that? Whatever. There's a hole down there. Oh my goodness! Get out of the way, would ya? Just a block of fellow. Gaius!
Elise, find cover!
You witnessed the depths of my suffering, Lord Maxwell. And yet you never answer me. Why? 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 Why have you forsaken me?
You are a mighty spirit, and yet you are unable to think for yourself.
I will not let you reach Lord Maxwell. His defense is all I have left.
Foolish. No. Pitiful.
She's donezo. Her mind is donezo.
Was that them fighting?
It would seem we have witnessed but a fraction of Gaius's true strength.
Muse didn't seem in any condition to fight either.
Yes, but speculating on the matter will get us nowhere. We must hurry on.
It seems like we can find Maxwell here too.
Yeah, we're on the right path.
Muse seems to be getting crazier and crazier.
What a
It isn't
nutbag.
easy to lose the person who guides you. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You lose what little confidence you have in yourself.
Hey,
It'd just be easier to do nothing.
wouldn't that be okay?
I couldn't respect myself if I chose that path.
Red
Be
lavender.
careful, everyone. The terrain here doesn't seem to be very stable.
You know what? Maybe I should just use those items. What do I got? Sage. Rosemary, SP. Lavender, Strength. Vitality, Intelligence. Oh, I should wait till Milla's around too. Okay, never mind, I'll save him.
Always one step ahead.
Hey, looky here!
That's one!
Got it! Destructive blade! I got your back!
What other things do I have at least? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Raging Blast, Dragon Shot. Oh, I have Serpent Strike here, and also... Okay, I could... Raging... Oh, Raging Blast. What is this?
You ready?
Okay!
Watch out!
Get him!
Seven, four! Fall! Strike! Now! Fall!
Right on point! This reminds me of our training.
I only remember getting beat up by you.
Oh, I see it. I see a link battle up there. Double butterfly.
Right
Earth.
on point.
Right, Earth! That's one!
Got it!
Seven, four!
I got your back.
Wind.
Seven, four! Try win!
Whoa!
All right!
I'll help too.
Now, focus! Focus! Yep, that's one!
Got it.
I will guard you from incoming
Strike! Sharpening pulse!
always one step ahead.
Let's go.
Ground breaker!
I will guard you from incoming arts.
Igneous strike! Yep, now! Strike! Final fury!
You're safe.
Try fire! Fall! That's one!
Okay.
Strike!
Provide support.
Now! 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 Let's do this!
I got it.
Strike!
Forward.
Now!
They won't get through.
Fall!
Get him.
Strike! Now!
I don't have time to doubt myself.
All right.
All right. Hello. Oh, Dark Seal. That was the gain 1.5 times XP in exchange for a double the damage, I think. Platinum cloak. Ooh, slightly better. 36k gal. Alright, Jude. What you got? Is this the front step snap pivot? Yep. Eh? Oh. What's that? Agility 2? Did I need that? I don't know what else to give this girl. TP gain 2? Sure. Ooh. What this? Life reversal, that's good. Use another one instantly without delay. You know what? That's good. I want that. Grace. Oh, yeah. Okay. One battle, huh? What if there are multiple battles? Let's not take the chance. Or maybe I should have just fought something to get rid of that. Ah, whatever.
This must be the summit.
What's with this place? The air feels all tingly.
Agria.
No way.
What are you doing here?
Alvin, we could ask you the same question.
Fair enough.
And I see you're not alone.
Looks like we don't have to play nice anymore. Can't say I'm sad.
That means I get to pound you to a pulp again.
Excuse you?
Hey, Pimple. How'd it feel when your buddy here shot you?
Piercing.
Knock it off, Agria.
I'm afraid your journey ends here.
I'm afraid you are mistaken. We will not be so easily stopped. I must help Jude meet with Maxwell.
Rowan?
The reason people are drawn to Milla and Gaius is their will and conviction. They have the ability to live their lives as true adults.
You sure couldn't, huh, Gramps?
As embarrassing as it is to admit, you are correct. But it is never too late. People can always change. Isn't that right, Alvin?
I can't give you an answer to that.
Enough with the lecture, Gramps. You get to feed the worms first.
Al?
No, I just...
You make a better door than a window, stud. Move!
Agria, why are you doing this?
Put a sock in it. Clean out that earwax, because I'll only say it once. I won't turn against His Highness. I know you're with me on this. We got nowhere else to turn.
Yes, you're right. When everyone else treated us like scum, he took us in. He allowed us by his side.
Pressa.
I'm sorry, Al, but not even you will get past us.
Either we do our job, or we wind up in the trash again.
Ah, well, Alvin's with us now, I guess. He has a lot of GP. Let's see. All guard. All attacks become critical. Well, that's pretty sick, actually. Life reversal. Mind charge. Or, next opening attack will be critical after avoiding enemy with the back step and Fury Stoke. Okay, let's get this. All attacks become critical. Improve my strength. Or what's this? Life reversal. Maybe that's better. Not like I can get it yet anyways. Damn, dude. You have a lot of SP. Okay, where's the... Oh, here it is. Need you to have... What the... Where is it? Wait a second, what is this? Absorb fire, earth, and light attacks. Oh, but water, wind, darkness will be taken at twice the damage. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Where's the casting ring? Here it is. Okay. Let's take you on first.
Al, it's time I end that miserable life of yours.
Sorry, but I can't.
Aqua Sweep, Palm Strike, Demon Fist, Swallow Dance, Razzle Falcon.
Can't let that happen.
As if you have a choice in this matter. It's not for you to decide. Aren't you tired of hearing yourself talk?
That's enough. No one is getting past here, plain and simple.
You heard her. Prepare to die.
Now, beat! Strike! Now, ready? Fully charged! Fourth way! Now, beat! Focus! Ready? Fully charged! Fourth wave! Demonic chaos! Diving kill! It's not working! Inferno dance! Variable trigger!
Dang it!
Dragon Claw! Guardian Field!
Oh!
Ready when you are.
Dragon Claw! Queen Post!
Ready? Fully charged! Fourth wave!
Dragon Claw!
Now!
Who's next?
Nice job, Alvin!
Thanks. Wake up already.
Focus! Ready? Fully charged! Fourth wave! Next shot!
Dragon Claw! Queen Post!
Ready? Fly! Diving Falcon!
Here we go.
Strike! Now! Take this!
Stay on
Oh
guard.
god.
Stay on guard.
Palm strike!
Alvin is...
Ready?
Ready for this?
Fourth wave! Jude, strike! Now!
Come on.
Want it rough? Queen Summon! Let me feel it. So strong.
The guard's down.
You feeling it?
Let me feel it.
Ready for this?
Fourth wave! Diving Falcon! Demonic chaos! Inferno dance!
I'm feeling it now.
Destructive blade!
PC Circle.
Not today!
Final Fury!
Not bad.
Now!
So strong. So strong.
Beat!
Dragon Claw!
That's one! Fully charged! Fourth wave!
Dragon Head!
Beat!
Not bad.
Now! One! Fully charged! Fourth wave!
Queen Summon!
Let's do this.
Fury!
Stay on guard.
So
Finish them off.
I got your back.
Get back!
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Time for some fun.
Homing shot!
Oh, thank goodness.
Now!
Time for a surprise. Embrace
Oh,
fate.
man.
Agria! Embrace fate!
Hey, I'll break their guard.
Oh! No!
Guard. No breaks?
So strong.
Finish them all. Ready? Fully charged.
Did she heal? I swear she healed.
Let me.
What happened? Sorry about that.
Steel! Ready? Fly! Diving Falcon!
Let me feel it.
Ugh. I need TP.
Let me feel it. Time for some fun. Want it rough?
Ugh.
Dragon head!
No!
Come forth, almighty spirits! Dragon road! Enjoy your final rest.
Jude, I help you.
I'm still alive.
Protect me, okay? I'm feeling it now.
Ready?
You owe me.
Force wave!
I time to become one.
Diving Falcon!
Oh no.
Here we go. Finish them off.
You ready?
Keep the guards down.
Raging mist.
Are you kidding? Let me use my Mystic Guard.
Are you ready?
There we go.
Ready?
Ready for this?
Force wave!
Let me feel it.
Ready for this?
She's healing. I don't know how, but she's healing.
Not bad. Let me feel
Stay
it.
on guard. Finish them off.
Let's do this!
Got it. I'm feeling it now.
Variable trigger!
Dragon claw.
Stay on guard.
Ready?
Ready for this?
Force wave!
How are you?
Time for some fun. Spirits.
Ah, she's healing. How is she healing?
Ready?
Ready for this?
Force wave! Diving Falcon! Demonic chaos!
Okay,
Sonic Roar!
there we go.
Strike! Final Fury!
Dead. Get out of here. Oh my goodness.
That's one!
Got it.
Storm current! Sonic thrust! Ready? Storm current!
I'm feeling it now.
Focus!
Light up the horizon.
Demon Inferno!
Oh man.
Go, Tipo. Sharing is caring.
No breaks?
Oh god.
Don't worry. Pyro healing.
Holy crap.
Ready?
Got it.
Storm current!
Wake up already.
That's one!
Got it.
Storm current! Now!
Jude!
I'll help.
Now! Ready?
Got it.
Show courage! Savage roar!
You're donezo now.
Final fury!
That's it.
Damn it. You have to be kidding me.
Sorry.
Ooh, that's a lot of gald.
Yes, all right.
I feel much stronger.
Never stop improving.
Never stop improving.
I'm glad we could be together again. Even if it was only for a little while.
Pressa,
I'm happy for you, Al. Open your eyes. Now you've found your place as well.
I've got you! Now just hold on!
Now you listen, eyesore. Some things in this world you just can't fix, no matter how hard you keep trying to!
Ooh.
Drown in despair!
A nutbag to the very end.
You okay?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm fine.
Hey. You've always tried your best, even when you were a little girl. I've lost count of all the times you've saved me because of it.
I'm all right, Jude. You should go try and cheer up Alvin. You're the only one who can.
He lost his waifu.
You play the martyr as well as Jude does.
Guess that's one of the reasons why I fell for him.
Well put.
Ooh.
That's right.
She admits it.
Look, I know that sometimes doing your best still isn't enough to fix everything in this world. But it's what I do best. It's my only real strength.
Yes, I know that.
Alvin, where will you go now?
I don't know. What's it to you?
Come with us.
Now the kids want to babysit me.
Don't think that this is easy for me. I can't forget what you did to Leia.
I'll tell her. I'm sorry.
You do that.
Liar, come with us! He'll just stab us in the back again!
You don't exactly hide your feelings.
No, she doesn't! Because Elise is a good and honest girl!
It's strange. It's hard to believe how fast that kid has grown up already. He really hates me now, doesn't he?
That's right. And I hate you too.
Ooh. Look
Thanks,
at that
Elise.
Thanks.
What do you mean?
You can hate me all you want, okay? It's good to know how people really feel for a change.
Well, I hate creepy people just as much. Let's go, Cheapo.
Rowan is right. I can't stay like this.
Alvin must feel
This
real
scenery is
shitty.
incredible.
Yeah, not much could surprise me in a place like this.
Father's memento. What's that about? Oh, it's Alvin's gun that he swiped.
What?
Wait a second.
We have 500,000 gold? Okay. Just play it cool. We can't let anyone else find out.
You're doing a great job so far.
I have 500,000 gold. Wait, so Gillan took Alvin's father's memento? So I guess Gillan took it from his brother, because he's Alvin's uncle.
Hey, how's it going, Leia? Good to see you again.
What's with you?
After what happened, it hasn't been easy finding my old groove again.
I would certainly hope so.
Yeah.
So, you at least feel bad about it, huh?
Well, yeah. Are you doing okay?
I'm alright.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Are you really okay with me again?
Nope.
Not entirely.
Fair enough.
Oh, big oof, Alvin. It's gotta be so awkward now. Something's wrong with my headphone. Hopefully that's okay. Alright. Keep going. What is this? May not be able to return here. Maybe I should get more items. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back all the way back up again. How about I go save and then YOLO it? Did I not stock up on items, or did I use all of them in that battle? Oh.
It's scary how much spirit energy is here. I can actually feel the mana pouring out of that thing.
It's nothing short of a miracle that this spirit climb even exists. The slightest disturbance could collapse the entrance. It would take any number of cosmic coincidences to create this place.
Doesn't it remind you of the channeling circles used in spirit arts?
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it.
More importantly, we should probably get inside that thing before Gaius and Muse's battle bring it crashing down. I'll go first.
No, that's okay. Going first is kind of my thing.
All right.
See everybody on the other side.
Oh, we made it before her?
I'm lost without Lord Maxwell. Lost. No path. No purpose.
A powerful spirit like you should think for herself.
I don't know how! Please. It can be anyone. It can be you. Give me purpose!
You can't mean to betray Maxwell.
Oh. Maxwell betrayed her. Nani? Oh my. Oh. Oh, this is where I was before.
I had no idea that place...
Water.
Can do this!
Here we go. It's not working?
Stay on guard.
Try one. Fire.
Got it.
Strong courage. Strike. Now. Strike. Now. That's one.
Got it.
Strong courage. All right.
Daring's a nice one.
Jude. Now. That's one.
Got it.
Strong courage. Take this. Jude. Whoa. Ready?
Got it.
Strong courage.
Can I put Palm Strike with something else? Swallow Dance. Rising Falcon. Nope.
Now.
Who's next?
Nice job, Alvin. Ready?
Got it.
Strong courage. Diamond. Launch blade. Ready?
Got it.
Inferno Death. Demonic chaos.
Let's keep this up.
That's not a lot of XP at all.
I don't think we're in our world anymore.
Ooh, Harpy. Man, why is this place so dark? Ooh, scary. Let's get an initial attack on this guy.
Let's do this.
Now. Try one. Ready?
Got it.
Strong courage.
Ugh.
Try win. Swallow dance. Launch blitz.
Man, are we good or what?
Yeah.
Ouch, the cold shoulder.
There's all.
A fire one. Nani? Oh. Here we go. It's the title screen place. Now this place looks better. Cosmic atmosphere. A stockpile of life bottles, apple gels, orange gels. I don't need that. I need like pineapple gels. Alright, can I get this now? Yeah! Snap Pivot 3. What did I want here? TP gain 2. Ooh, take only 1 point of damage when guarding against physical attacks. No. I just want the SP. What's over there? What's all this? Oh, combo siphon. Was that? Oh, here it is. Need more SP. Fire resistance. Bah. Agility, Warrior 2, Dark Guard, Vitality, Renewed Confidence, sure. What's that? Chain consumption, good. XP reward, Fury Stoke, All Guard. Mobile armor. Mirage Step. Life reversal. 3 TP every time form a charge. You know, that's actually good too. Or all attacks become critical. Oof. And then you can have... Oh, mind reversal, sure. Oh, speed cast. There it is. Snap pivot 3. Nice. Let's do it. Ooh. Such an awesome looking place.
What a strange place. Who's there?
These are the temporal crossroads,
Maxwell,
which connect the human and spirit realms that I created.
Are you Maxwell?
Indeed. I am Maxwell, Lord of the Spirits. I never thought humans would reach this place.
We've come a long way to ask you something. We want you to tell us about Milla.
Hmm?
We heard that you used Milla as bait. Can you tell us why?
I see. You must have been her companions.
Why?
Yes, we traveled together. She taught me to think about many things. About power, and what I must do. And then she died. That's when I finally realized what I should do. What I have to do.
And what is that?
Destroy the schism. It's the only way to save both Rieze Maxia and Olympius.
Fool. The outside is overflowing with Spyrexes. Do you wish to destroy all of Rieze Maxia? Her reason for choosing death had eluded me until now. But now I am certain. You lot tempted Milla away from her mission. It is because of you she took such foolhardy actions. And now, you plan to dispel the schism and bring about the end of the world.
Maxwell, please, listen.
Bane of my creation, be gone from my world.
Alright. Let's kick Maxwell's ass.
Wanna run?
Water.
No brakes?
Ready?
Got it.
Level 60. Oh shit.
Got it.
Ready?
Got it. That's no good.
Flare bomb!
Please keep them away. Right on board.
One.
Got it.
Diving bell. One.
Fully charged.
Fourth wave.
Limbo.
One.
Got it.
What are you doing? Interrupt it.
Protect me, okay?
Light of the horizon, etch your name into fate. Sunburst!
Uh-oh.
Do you really understand? Can you possibly comprehend what you are attempting to do?
We know precisely what we are doing. That is why we do it.
Why do you think we came to ask you about Milla?
We want to know the truth behind Rieze Maxia, and why you would use Milla as bait.
What difference does it make? What would change if I told you?
We don't know, but not knowing certainly hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Two millennia ago, Spyrix appeared in this world. Spirits perished. Nature withered and died. Humans began following the path of annihilation. So I saved all the spirits and animals I could, and I gathered humans born with the ability to produce mana. It was then I created Rieze Maxia and sealed them all inside it to provide a haven from the Spyrix. The world is an ark that must sail until Olympius falls. No one may disembark until then.
So what? We just twiddle our thumbs until Olympius dies?
That can't be the only way to save humans and spirits.
It is.
But at this rate, the people in Olympius will all die.
Pity them not. I had my human allies warn them that Spyrix would bring nothing but annihilation. Yet the humans persisted in its use. Furthermore, once they realized that the spirits in their world were going extinct, they took drastic measures. They launched their assault upon Rieze Maxia.
You must be referring to what happened 20 years ago.
That must have been when the massive hole opened in the schism.
Yes. I cannot leave this place, so I created Muse as my replacement to eradicate any intruders.
And yet, some folks snuck right in under your nose.
And those folks were Exodus?
A clever lot. They avoided my detection and went into hiding, so I came up with a plan. Exodus knew that if I were to die, my schism would die with me. I realized that with the proper bait, I could lure my prey out of hiding.
That can't be right.
Wait, you don't mean...
Yes. I created a life I could expose to my foes that would lure them into the open. You know by now who that is.
Milla Maxwell.
Milla.
How could you?
But did she know she was an imposter?
I am not so careless. I engraved my words into her heart, and I had her raised to believe she was truly Maxwell.
But that means her mission meant nothing. Did she even mean anything to you?
Of course. She was an essential cog in my machine.
Oh, hell no.
Don't you dare call her that!
Nothing has changed. I have given you the gift of the truth, yet your response remains the same. You let your emotions control you, and seek to destroy that which you do not understand.
Round 2.
You fools do not see the greater vision.
You're the only fool here!
A lowly human dares address me as such?
That's right! Why didn't you try to understand, Milla? Why did you ignore your people?
TP.
That's one!
Uh-oh. All the TP is gone! Okay, I can just use this.
Earth, water, wind, fire. All will be led to one truth, one judgment that befalls us all. Elemental meteorites!
I'm okay. Oh, it's still going on?
It makes no sense. How could people such as these have twisted my cog from her purpose?
The hell are you talking about? Milla never changed, not an itty bit!
Impossible!
Do you really not get it?
You've got it all wrong!
What?
Did you really create Milla?
Indeed. He seems to know nothing about her. Milla changed. Preposterous.
What are you talking about?
We all know Milla would never abandon her mission.
Then how do you explain her actions? Her mission was never to destroy the schism.
Milla sacrificed her life trying to save everyone. She obeyed only her own heart. Nothing she did was for you.
What complete nonsense.
Okay, round 3.
Taste my wrath and face total annihilation.
I feel like I'm not supposed to win
I won't
anyways.
run anymore. I will face my fears. I will know true victory.
The great spirits together.
I won't lose.
I'm not getting hit by that again.
No punishment will be severe.
Let's do this.
Elemental change.
Earth.
Don't worry.
Trinity drive. Trinity drive.
Get over here?
That's one.
Behold the power of the Earth, water, wind, fire. All will be led to one truth, one judgment that befalls us all. Elemental meteorites!
Oh god.
This won't stop me.
No matter how many times you regain your feet, I will simply knock you down again. Your life ends here.
That may be what you think, but it's not for you to decide.
Ridiculous! Look at yourself, fool. You can barely even stand up. Do you really think you have the strength to resist me?
Yes, I do. I know that I do.
What did you say? This is impossible. You must die!
That's some stormtrooper aim.
Isn't that right?
Oh man, Jude socked the dude.
I must be dreaming.
Milla!
Is this truly happening?
Milla? No way!
Is it not Maxwell's mission to protect the future for all of us, both human and spirit?
But how can this be? Was this the Four's doing?
Uncertain? Uncertainty makes you weak, you know. Are you all sure about this?
How dare you?
Okay, Jude. Let's go!
Right! Here we go!
Milla is back! Tether with the 4 great spirits. Ooh. Okay, see ya, Alvin. Ooh, 20. Let's go. Recall. That's very good. I need it. Now what's this? Aerial armor. Ooh. Mind reversal. Mobile casting. Ooh. Aerial spell. I need that so bad. Finally, I can have Milla use spells. Because if she uses them normally, she will get hit 100%. Yes! What's next? Aerial armor. Aerial armor. Let's go with aerial armor. Please. Do I have enough? 3! Ah, yes! And then the mobile casting. Ooh, intelligence. I need intelligence. Let's get this first. Ooh, that's bad. Ah. That's it. Let's fight with her then. Ooh, we can put on the Sun Falcon. Sure. Yeah. Oh wait, I could tether Great Spirit with her now, right? How am I gonna do this? Oh, Ifrito. Undine. Gnome. I'll put Self here. Undine and Ifrit. Okay. Apple gel. Let's do it. She's back!
Everyone, there is nothing to fear. Even the great Maxwell.
How can this be?
Nothing is impossible with Milla. You were the only one that didn't see that, Maxwell. Illumination phase! Condemnation!
Behold the power of the spirit!
Let's try this.
Light of the horizon, etch your name into fate.
Shining prism!
Sunburst!
Cool.
Over! Okay. Illumination phase! Here! Torch impact!
How unfortunate. All beginnings must end. Let it be. By my hand. Elemental mastery!
Right on point. So worried.
Let's go!
Whirling assault. Right on point. Condemnation. Right on point.
Milla! Hang in there!
Let's end it.
Behold the power of the spirit! Complete vanguard!
Cloud here! Over!
Okay. Here! Torch impact!
I missed.
Gather forth the origins of time and space. Meteor storm!
Oh man. That's stronger.
Not yet.
Not yet!
Hail judgment!
It's over! Dragon!
Over!
Okay! Illumination! Bangs!
Yeah.
Now, let's go! Illumination Bang! Sonic Roar! Now, that's one! Illumination Bang!
Sharing is caring.
Behold the power of the spirit!
Sonic Roar! Strike! Final Fury!
Energize.
Futile!
Now!
Futile!
Sonic Roar! Now, that's one! Illumination Bang!
Go, Chiba! Sharing is caring.
That's one! Illumination Bang! Right! Now!
Whirling assault!
Roar! Now! Rising Falcon! Demon Fist! That's one! Final Gale! Right!
Hail judgment! Behold the power of the spirit!
Now! Let's go!
Light of the horizon, etch your name into fate!
Illumination Bang!
Sunburst!
Oh.
Imprison the heinous and
I'll clear
Gather forth the origins of time and space. Meteor storm!
Oof. Oh man. Earth, huh?
Futile! Futile!
Let's do this! Got it!
Let's go. Strike.
Where are you?
Hold the power of the spirit!
Okay.
The sinful and avenge the fallen!
It's over.
All beginnings must end. Let it be by my hand. Elemental mastery.
Okay.
Impressive! Elemental change!
Farewell.
Be gone!
Oh god.
Look out! Sonic Breaker! Fighting Seal!
No.
Right, let's go.
Raging Fangs.
Oh man. Damn it, it still got me.
We need to conserve our strength.
Behold the power of the spirit!
Conserve our strength.
This is the end for you!
That's one.
Diffusion override!
Get back. Oh, sorry.
Not again.
Don't give up.
Gather forth the origins of time and space. Meteor Storm!
Get out of here with your stormtrooper aim.
Okay.
This isn't good.
Conserve your energy.
Let's go. Ruination Fangs. Now. Let's go.
Soul absorption!
Here.
Oh!
I heard a voice. It called out to me and
Oh
said,
yeah.
Milla.
It's really you.
Ooh! Holy! 200k XP? 150k geld?
Yes, all right.
I need more strength.
All right! I can't stop!
Never stop improving.
All right, not bad.
Not bad at all. Get Shrek, nerd.
Hey,
Hi there. Elise. Leia.
She's back! For real, really real!
I feel blessed to have lived long enough for this reunion to think that we would meet again.
This feels like a dream. But it's real, isn't it?
I'm glad to see you too.
welcome back, Milla.
Hug him.
Thank you.
I wish.
Hey! Stay away from us! Or am I gonna have to finish you off myself?
I do not understand. The Four. Tell me, what is the meaning of this?
I could no longer stand idly by and allow you to continue with this folly.
Right. Exactly. So we decided to help Milla out and bring her to the spirit realm.
How dare you? I gave no such order.
Lord Maxwell, all people have hearts and minds, just the same as we do.
You can't just treat them like tools, even if it does help save the world in the end.
Maxwell, you may have been the one to give me my mission. Nevertheless, it was still my own mission.
You exerted your own will. And that was a decision that came straight from your own heart.
Yes.
The world you created seems to serve no purpose other than to exist. But what kind of life is that for its people? We all just want to live.
I suppose this is why I could not understand your actions. Human hearts truly are complicated things. Perhaps my ignoring that fact is what ultimately led me astray. I shall dispel the schism.
Are you serious?
Maintaining the schism requires a tremendous amount of mana. Dispelling it will disperse this energy into the world. That should protect the world's spirits. At least for a time, anyway. It will grant us a reprieve of a few years. Possibly even a few decades, at best.
Thank you, Maxwell. We'll figure out a solution. Both Rieze Maxia and Olympius will live on together. We'll find a way. You have my word.
So, Maxwell, you would step down from your rightful place as this world's god?
Oh. Gaius.
Gaius?
Answer me, Maxwell.
I have grown weary of constantly being at the mercy of human hearts.
Maxwell.
If you wish to abdicate your throne as Rieze Maxia's god, then I shall sit upon it in your stead.
A mere human to replace me as my equal? How absurd. You are not worthy at all.
It is not a question of being worthy. It is a question of actually being willing and able. If you cannot fulfill your obligations, then I certainly will.
Not so fast. I'm afraid that's not gonna work for me, either.
It matters not. I don't need your approval.
Oh!
Such power. It can't be.
The Lance of Kresnik.
The Lance of Kresnik?
Muse.
What choice did I have? After all, you refused to tell me what I should do, now didn't you?
Muse, have you lost your mind?
I cannot allow you to destroy the schism!
Maxwell, you shall serve as the cornerstone of your own world!
Whoa!
It is my mission to protect the schism! My mission! Mine, mine, mine!
Release me right now! That is an order!
I'm afraid it's too late. You're always too late!
Muse, come to me. Are you prepared?
Whatever my lord wishes.
Oh, God.
No! Stop now! You can't mean to unleash it!
Sword out of the chest! Just like Tales of Rise!
Muse's true power. A sword that can slice through space and time.
I don't expect we'll meet again. Farewell, my sister.
You can't be serious!
Why are you doing this? Gaius!
For the sake of those who were killed, I will go to Olympius. And you shall return to Rieze Maxia, where you cannot interfere!
Come on, you gotta be kidding me!
No! I can't hang on! Hang in there, Elise! Help! Help!
I've got you! What can we do?
Oh, he gave up?
Maxwell, no!
Or not.
Wait! What's going on?
Not another one!
Leave at once! This man is not worthy of the name Maxwell!
We shall see!
Everyone brace yourselves!
Where am I? Milla.
Hey there.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you feeling?
I'm all right, but where are we?
This is Balin's residence.
Who's that?
My cousin. You know, the one in Olympias? I could have sworn I mentioned him before.
So that must mean...
Olympias.
We made it to Olympias!
Rise and shine. How are you feeling?
Not bad.
I'm fine. Balin, I presume?
Yep, aka the guy who saved your butts. Not that it was a dramatic rescue or anything. Running into you was pure luck. Feel free to shower me with gratitude, though.
Sure. Hey, Balin, don't we seem, strange to you?
Maybe a little bit.
I'm surprised you recognize me. It's been 20 years.
That's Uncle's gun, huh? You should thank him for it.
It's a little tricky thanking the dead.
Oh, right. Good point. Huh, where is it?
He's injured? Crippled?
Your cousin sure is interesting.
He's an odd bird, even for Olympias.
You looking at my leg?
No.
Jude!
Don't worry about it. Childhood mishap. Calibration complete.
Balin, stop.
Why?
Hey, that's...
I didn't think folks from the other side would have seen one of these before.
A Spyrix.
Hold your horses.
Huh?
Life would be a drag without it. Literally.
Oh yeah, she's wearing one too.
Oh, you're probably all starving. Why don't you mosey around while I whip something up? It's your first time on this side, after all.
I can't get used to her long hair. Oh, just put like this for a while. Does she have a headband underneath?
As I always say, it's the gear that makes the man. Well, after one scarf, of course.
That's your priority? Another...
Okay, let's put it back to this one. Yeah.
No kidding. How far have we walked on this trip?
The Legend of the Mighty Geezer.
Is it just me, or are we the strongest group ever?
Whoa, come on, Leia. You need to calm down.
No, Jude, you need to calm the heck up. Why can't you be happy about this?
I, for one, am moved by our achievement. I never imagined I'd be so strong at this age.
That is quite an accomplishment.
No achy back can stop you! I'm proud of you, Rowan.
Now you've done it all, huh?
Whatever do you mean? The legend of Mighty Giza has only just begun.
See, Jude, you need to be more like Rowan. Get into the spirit...
Guards down.
What?
No matter how strong you get, you still drop your guard when you get excited. You need to work on that.
That whole act was just to catch me off guard?
Possibly. Oh, but I truly am happy to be this strong.
That's 1 point for Rowan.
Fine, I'll be more careful.
Spyrix. Spyrix everywhere. Navi metal? Wait, you can't tell me what it is, but you want me to get it for you?
Is it really you?
Do I look like someone else?
No. You're Milla, all right.
And yourself? You seem different from last I saw you.
Really?
A little bit. Looks like you grew up without me.
Could be. It doesn't change who I am, though. It's good to see you again.
Same to you.
Reunited and it feels so good. Where am I? Okay, this is right.
Hey!
Or am I not?
You're using a Spyrix too.
You mean this?
Me and my grandma use them too.
Really?
My granddaughter and I both have a cardiovascular disease, and we've had medical Spyrixes implanted to help with them.
I bet it hurt really bad when you put it on, huh?
Yes, it did.
But you just have to bear the pain. 'Cause without Spyrix, we wouldn't be able to live normal lives.
I see.
You're so brave for being so young. Yeah, totally. My grandma always says that.
Thanks to the advance in medical Spyrix technology, we've been able to overcome our illnesses. We'll never forget what Dr. Mathis did for us. May his soul rest in peace.
Mathis?
That's the same as your last name, Jude.
Dr. Mathis is the one who created my Spyrix. But he died in a boat accident a long time ago.
This whole time, I only saw Spyrix as harmful. I never considered it could actually help people.
Jude's dad is Olympian. Jude is half Olympian. So Jude's dad was with Alvin on that same boat that came to Rieze Maxia 20 years. Wait a second. Wasn't the Battle of Feasible 20 years ago? Does that mean that... So 20 years ago, during the Battle of Feasible, the schism opened up, and the boat bringing all the Olympians
Did
came
you
in.
hear they're planning to raise the Spyrix tax again?
Which also
it's
caused
all because
tsunami.
of that otherworld reactor plan thing, right? Honestly, what is the government doing? I'm sure everything will turn out fine on Rieze whatever without our help.
So you think we should just leave them be?
Hey, nobody said that. We should pay their people fair compensation and promise to help them with their development.
Pay them with what, though? Our tax money? It's not like we're any better off.
Well, you'd hope the government thinks of something instead of digging into our pockets. Either way, someone's got to figure out this energy crisis or we'll all be gone in a few years.
Ugh, I can't even worry that far ahead. I've got my hands full just worrying about today.
I guess you can't make everyone happy.
Must be nice to be so self-absorbed.
That's just how people are.
I'd be much more scared of a society where people were afraid to speak their minds.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
Oh, it is you! I never forget what these feel like!
Bazongas.
Stop it, Tipo. Let go.
No, it's what you get for making us worry! That's right. I want a hug too! Leave some room for me!
Even you, Leia?
No point trying to fight it.
Fine. I surrender. I'm sorry for what I put you all through. That includes you, Alvin.
That's really not necessary.
No need to be coy, or Milla won't let you into the group hug.
What, you plan on joining in too?
I don't mind.
Very well, then.
And I'm out.
This city is made of stone and metal.
This is the Olympian city of Triglyph. Welcome, visitors from Rieze Maxia.
This lamp is casting light without channeling spirits.
Perhaps that cable is somehow conveying luminescent energy to that lamp.
How could they have possibly built a city this size without using spirit arts?
It's almost frightening.
It's a whole different world, but the people are just like us.
It looks to be that way. So this is the world that Maxwell cut off and left to die. And yet, I can't help but want to save it.
I can't stand to hear Balin prattle on like that.
Really? I find him quite interesting.
He's been that way since he was a kid. That's how I knew it was him right away.
He's strange, but he's really nice.
I know. Unlike me.
Nobody's saying that.
But watch yourself around him. He has quite a mean streak. Do something embarrassing and he won't ever forget it. He'll torment you with it till your dying day.
Like what?
If he told you half the dirt he had on me, I'd never be able to show my face around you again. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys seem really close.
Well, I guess we were friends before he got all cynical.
Oh.
What's that? You jealous?
Absolutely not.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Croquette parfait. Maybe I'll already have it. Yep. Give me something good. Pipe.
Everyone here seems to be just like us.
Except for the part where none of them can channel spirits.
Ba ba ba.
This city sure is strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something missing.
There's no nature.
Indeed. I haven't spied a single blade of grass, let alone a tree.
Is it because they're using Spyrix?
More likely because there aren't any spirits.
Exactly. As the spirits became scarce, all signs of nature withered with them. Olympias is in its death throes.
So this world needs spirits.
What was that?
Alvin, what does that poster say?
Support the Otherworld reactor plan. They were probably put out by a union of Spyrix-using merchants.
It sounds like they're really dependent on Spyrex.
You look like a deep-pocketed lot. Help us pull the plug on the reactor plan.
Tell me, old-timer, why do you need donations to stop the plan?
Filing official protests with the government isn't free, you know.
Phew! Did you take a bath in booze today?
What's the deal with this doll?
Count me in. I want to stop the Otherworld reactor plan.
Jude, wait.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
Scammed.
I wonder how Gaius intends to stop the plan.
With Muse's power at his disposal, they could show up on this side at any moment.
That's true.
No point moping around on an empty stomach. Balin should have that food ready by now.
Where's the old man?
Check out our wares before they're all sold out.
What does Alan have? Oh. Brute Masher. I have 700k. Holy crap. Let's get something else. Redeemer? Oh, Redeemer! No, let's get that for Alvin. That's actually perfect. Alright, Jude needs like the best weapon. Best armor. So he can survive. Milla too.
The letters in the Olympian alphabet seem quite similar to the ones we use in Rieze Maxia.
They're fundamentally the same. Get used to the cosmetic differences and you'll be reading fluent Olympian.
Oh, look at all the quests. Sure. Shadow Stalkers. Okay, that's it? That's it. Ooh. Whoa. 10 gold. Alright, guess I should head back. What's in here? Food? Food. Alvin's homecoming.
From the nature to the culture, everything on Olympia seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the Spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Olympias isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using Spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to hear it.
So yeah, on Milla's route, when she gets separated from the group, like after she died, the four spirits brought her spirit to the spirit world, and she had some kind of spirit adventure, which resulted in her coming back in the end. I have to walk back. Buns, fresh buns. I also want new accessories. Oh right, I need. Wow, this is good. Anyways, I need items. Yowza. Oh, maybe some more of these. And this. Another Mega Elixir. I have the money. On more of these. Huh. Alright. Ooh, I did not save.
Heading out?
I'm off to Helioborg. I hear the results of some new Spyrex research just came in.
Oh, right. You did say you were an engineer. Well, hey, Balin buddy! Where's our chow?
I put together a real nice spread back in my apartment. Feel free to dig in.
Thank you so much!
If you don't mind me asking, where exactly did you find us?
Out past Helioborg, where I'm heading now. You were sprawled at the foot of the hill on the other side of the complex.
Thank you.
No problem. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
Elise. Codename Pressa.
Alvin, was Pressa her real name?
No. It was her alias as an Ajul spy.
You and Pressa were friends, right?
More than
When
that.
she fell, why didn't you call her by her real name?
'Cause I forgot it. I can't be expected to remember every little thing.
That's horrible! You really are a jerk.
Oh, he remembers.
Why lie about forgetting her name?
When Pressa was a kid, she was abandoned by her family. So she always hated the name they gave her.
So that's why you...
That's why nothing. When I couldn't grab her hand, I was everything they said and a whole lot worse.
If only he grabbed the waifu hand. Da, 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 da.
So, what's everyone's plans from here on out? If we head to that spot Balin mentioned, we might be able to get back to Rieze Maxia.
Oh, I see. That's why you asked.
Although, I'm not planning to leave until I find a way to help both Rieze Maxia and Olympias.
Is there any way we can help?
Of course. I doubt I could figure things out alone. Just having you here would be a huge morale boost.
We mustn't underestimate the circumstance, though. We must contend with Spyrex devices, the Otherworld reactor plan, and even Gaius.
That's why you want us all to decide for ourselves.
Try to head back home or figure things out here, huh? Wow, that's tough.
I realized something once we landed on this side. We can't eliminate Spyrex from Olympias, but we still need to get rid of the schism. It's a real conundrum. I want to figure out what I can do about this.
Well, you know I won't agree to anything that hurts my own people.
But we need to find something to help the spirits as well.
I have something to say. If we can't eliminate Spyrex, then I will take the extra effort to watch over and protect the birth of new spirits, so their numbers stay intact.
But that means...
Spirits are another part of nature's cycle, just like humans. I will find a way to support them both.
You sure about this?
I've thought long and hard about this. Jude, if you're convinced that we can't get rid of Spyrix, then I won't argue. But we can't waste time debating this. We need to head to Helioborg.
She's got a point. Any place working on Spyrix research is probably involved in the Otherworld reactor plan.
Can I get answers from everybody by the time we get there?
Okay.
Is my role to offer support, or is it to lead?
Alright, let's head out. Oh, Agria's parting blow. Oof.
What should I have done? Leia's been really sad recently.
Is it about Agria?
She slapped Leia's hand away even though Leia was trying to save her. Why'd she have to be so cruel?
A little cruelty won't kill Leia. She must have struck some sort of nerve in Agria. Some part of herself that she just couldn't let go.
Why are you taking Agria's side?
I'm not taking her side. I just understand her is all. I know what it's like to get trapped in a prison of one's own design.
So what could we have done?
If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't have attacked you the way I did. But I do know one thing. Leia didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Alright, we taking another walk. Nope. Did I level? I did. How much did I level by? 12. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Mobile casting. Wait, what is this? Move freely by pressing and holding the O. A second time before the artist cast. You know what? I actually don't know about that. Mobile casting. I don't think I care. Most of my casting is going to be in the air. Yeah, you know what? You know what? I don't care about that, actually. What's this, though? Mind reversal. Yeah, I'll take that. What else is there? HP bench warmer, don't need. Elemental armor. Life reversal. Shining hand. This will be next. What did I want here? TP gain 2. Oh. Intelligence. Treasure Fang. Nope. Combo Siphon. Last Stand. Renewed confidence. All guard, sure, all guard. You know what? I think I can just auto level at least now. Yeah. Make it. Sustain critical. Very stoke. Fatal opening. Your next combo attack will be critical. You know what, are there any essentials that I need to get? HP gain 2. Charge plus 3. TP gain 2. Chance a critical. Oof. Oh, speed cast. HP surge. Nice. Where's the old dude who scanned me?
What's happening? Helioborg is under attack!
By who?
What?
You should turn around and leave. It's not safe here. I just don't understand why anyone would attack the Spyrix Research Center.
Who's behind the attack?
We have no idea. The attackers were using calculatrix without Spyrixes.
Oh?
How is that even possible?
What's that?
Spirit arts produced using Spyrixes. If the attackers didn't need them, I think we know who they are.
It's Gaius!
Sounds like Gaius is already making his move.
Let's go. I want to make sure Balin is safe.
So how far is Olympias from Rieze Maxia? It really isn't about distance. They're, like, separated by an impassable wall. Oh, I know. Rieze Maxia and Olympias are about as far apart from each other as men and women are. An impassable wall? Does that mean we can never go home? I won't be able to see Drusilla again?
That's horrible.
No, it'll be okay. After all, we're all together. You have Milla, Jude, Rowan, and even Alvin. You know they'll figure something out. That's true.
You're here too, Leia.
Yeah, but it's not like I'll be any help. That isn't true. When you're here, everyone's happier.
Let's all go back to Rieze Maxia together.
Okay, it's a promise.
Alien encounter.
It must be shocking for the Olympians to see us using arts without Spyrix.
Not so much shocking as terrifying. To us, it's as if you have supernatural powers.
But in a lot of ways, it's Spyrix technology that's more powerful.
People fear what they cannot understand. That's why we're so quick to discriminate against other races and cultures.
Alvin, were you scared when you first came to Rieze Maxia?
I was. The people seemed like monsters to me.
And how do you feel now?
Now? You know, some are good, some aren't.
I'm glad to hear that.
It sounds like young men from Olympias start out quite naive.
And old men are condescending no matter which world they come from.
Let us save. I think I'm near the end, actually. Maybe, like, next part might be the end. Because I'm definitely not going to finish today. This depresso music for a dying world.
Is this another one of Ifrid's arcs? What's it doing on Olympias?
There are words appearing on it.
My name is Ifrid. I'm an explorer seeking a foreign world known as Rieze Maxia. When I depart for it, I will gather the treasures I've collected in my adventures on Olympias and place them in arcs near my hometown as a gift to the next generation of adventurers.
Huh. So Ifrid was an Olympian.
He must have found some way to cross the schism to Rieze Maxia.
And then he never made it back to Olympias. Never figured there'd be someone else besides you guys crazy enough to go running off to other worlds. Well, let's pay our respects to our predecessor and help ourselves to his loot.
Is this another one of Ifrid's arcs?
I just went through this, didn't I?
There are words.
And play. What?
Jeez.
Okay, it's over. Now! Savage roar! Now! Yeah! Now! Now! Yeah! That's one! Here! Torrent Impact! Ruination Bang! Strike!
One true sword to smite the Mathis.
Savage Roar! Strike! Now! Beat! Now! Yup! Focus! Focus! You ready?
Keep on your game!
Good job.
What the heck?
Oh, get off.
Onward!
Whirling it up. Cloud here. Cloud here. Imprison the heinous and release the immoral. Shining prism.
Where's Divine Streak? Here it is.
Light shine through.
Please keep them away. I got your back.
Light shine through and
Out of the way.
Oh, I missed. It's a cool move, but it doesn't really aim well against fast opponents.
I have your back here!
Please keep them away.
No foe can withstand against my resolve.
Ooh, good XP.
Not yet.
Is that all the food effects? Yep. Oh.
What a dreary landscape.
It's a book. Ah, it saw me. Damn it all. It's gone. Unless! Yes! Oh, there we go.
I'll do my best.
How unfortunate. Let's end it. Farewell. Let's end it.
Protect me, okay?
Here! Torrent Impact! Ruination Bang!
Spirit! Extra element! Get him! Cloud here!
All beginnings must end. Let it be. By my hand. Elemental mastery!
Right on point!
It's gonna take a while.
Right on point!
Rising Falcon!
Don't worry!
Let's go!
I'll help! Stop! Rolling eyes! Get him!
Cloud here.
Get him! Watch out!
Focus!
Protect me, okay?
One!
Keep going away! I'm ready! I'm ready!
Focus!
I'm here!
Beat! Beat! Beat!
Go, Tipo! Sharing is caring!
Now!
Watch out!
That's one!
Keep going away!
Miss.
Don't worry!
Savage Roar!
Energize!
Focus! Beat! You ready?
Keep going away!
Damn it, stay still.
Protect me, okay? I'm ready! Go,
Savage
Tipo!
Roar!
Sharing is caring!
Beat! You ready?
Go, Tipo!
Ah, good.
Right! Now!
I'm ready!
Beat!
Go, Tipo!
Now!
I'm
Focus!
ready!
Focus!
Yeah!
One!
Energy!
Ruination Bang! Strike! Savage Roar! Strike! Final Fury!
Right on top!
Now!
Whoa!
Beat!
Don't worry, I'll help!
Yeah!
You ready?
Keep going away!
There we go.
That was really close.
Oh, that was not worth at all.
There's always
That's a weak ass book. Ah, wasn't even Lincoln counter.
Let's go!
Imprison the heinous and cage the immoral. Rolling assault. Shimmer spin. Focus. Who's next?
All right! Right on point!
Who's next?
All right!
Imprison the
Out of
heinous
the way!
and cage the immoral.
Go, Tipo! Sharing is caring!
I appreciate the support.
You can count on us! Anytime!
Head pats.
All right!
Oh, hello. Oh, come on.
Let's do this!
No.
Roger that.
Farewell!
Alright, chicken run. Oh, here we go. This has to be it.
I'm here! Get him!
Rolling assault. Onward.
Spirit! Extra element!
Cloud here. Cloud here. Cloud here. Imprison the heinous and cage the immoral. Farewell! Onward! Spirit! Rolling assault!
Are you kidding? How strong is this thing?
Imprison the heinous and cage the immoral. I knew it well.
Shining prism! Savage war! Get him!
Rolling assault! Onward!
Spirit! Extra element!
Invigorate the weak.
Thing to good health!
Thank you! Okay.
Fairy circle!
Here! Torrent impact! Ruination phase! Tornado wave! Rolling assault! Here! Imprison the heinous and cage the immoral.
Shining prism!
Let's end this.
Right on top!
Milla!
Imprison the
I got
heinous
your
and
back!
cage the immoral.
Shining prism! Dark visitors!
Rolling assault.
Are there more?
Let's end this.
There
Okay.
we go!
Ruination phase!
Launch blade!
I got your back!
Savage war!
Let's end this.
Fight
I got
it!
your back! Right on point!
Rolling assault.
Does have no weaknesses!
Let's show our skills!
Binding spear. Imprison the heinous
I'll
and
cover
cage
you.
the immoral. Let's end this. Rolling assault.
Dragon shot!
Let's end this.
Okay. Ruination phase! Here! Torrent impact!
Go, Tipo!
Tornado
Sharing
wave!
is caring!
Uh-oh.
All beginnings must end. Let it be. By my hand. Elemental mastery!
How's that? Oh my god, there's still so much more.
Protect me, okay? Turn the blade!
Burn! Strike! Now!
Who's next?
You did it!
We got you!
Deal! That's one!
Sharing is caring!
Now! Let's go!
Roger.
Ruination phase! Now, that's one.
Roger.
Die!
I got your back.
Now, let's go.
Roger.
Hey, look in here.
Focus.
Strike. Defender.
Please keep them away.
Here. Current impact.
Ruination phase. Who's next? Tornado blade. Cloud here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
That was really
Holy
close.
goodness.
I'm ready for bed.
All over.
All right.
Jeez Louise. Man, you know what? Ugh. Moderate. For the mobs.
You did it. I'll cover you. I'll cover you. What happened?
How careless of me. Who's next?
You did it.
Who's next?
Okay, you did it.
Rolling assault. Cloud here.
Now.
Defender.
Milla doesn't have magic guard.
I'm here.
Defender.
Sharing is caring.
Rolling assault. Behold our power.
Milla doesn't have magic guard. Wait a sec, she actually doesn't. That's horrible. She doesn't even have solid guard. That's... And she's missing a skill. Oh, that's bad. What have I done? 2 skills she's missing. Well, it's just Splash and Rock Shrine. Ugh, those suck. Avoid staggering while oh. Wow. There are a lot of skills she should have. Where's Magic Guard? Should be around here. Oh, here it is. I never had Magic Guard all this time. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Oh my, what is that?
I'm here.
Look out!
Bright light. Over. Who's next?
You did it!
Bright light. Rolling assault. Cloud here. Who's next?
You did it!
Over.
Okay! Here!
Who's next?
You did it!
Gather the spirit's strength.
Illumination bearing.
Let it be. By my hand.
Elemental mastery!
Who's next?
You did it!
It's over!
That got me pumped! Alright!
Alright. Okay, let's put on more XP food. And where's the boss? There's the boss. Let's fight it. What level is it?
What's that?
62.
Hey,
I didn't change the difficulty!
I
Ah!
refuse to run from any enemy, no matter how strong.
You're either stupid or...
Really courageous. Thank you.
This will be easy then. Whatever.
Okay. Here! Towards impact!
Gather the spirits.
Look out!
Yeah.
Not over yet! Now! That's one! Roger! Ruination fangs! Now!
Damn it. Oh man.
Now! Seven forward!
Smash him! I'll help out!
Oh god, that's it. There.
That's one! Ruination fangs! Now! Seven forward! There! Beat! Now! Let's go! Ruination fangs! It's over!
Let's end it.
Here! Towards impact!
All beginnings must end.
Let it be.
By my hand! Elemental mastery!
Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Let's go! Ruination fangs!
Keep them away. Okay? Open this covenant of dark Energize.
Come on.
Still fun. Now, let's go! Ruination fangs! Now! Yeah! There! Focus! Seven floor! Steel! Let's go! Flame Spear! Now! Beat! Now! That's one! Flame Spear! Strike! Now! Yeah! There! Beat! Windblade!
Hey, looky here!
Seven floor!
Thunderblade.
Okay.
Farewell.
Over! Okay. Ruination fangs! Here! Towards impact!
I think that worked out really well. We'll call ourselves the Beauty Link. Beauty? Oh, this is so embarrassing.
You're more like the beast.
Heh. Mysterious.
I need.
Not
I feel.
There's always
Just keeps getting better. I mean, I definitely could have done it on hard. It just would have taken longer. Elise is level 75. Oh my god. Ooh, she's a beast. She's the beast in Beauty and the Beast. of stuff, huh? Magic guard. Wow, they're not gaining any more. They're not gaining a lot of GP, huh? They gained 2 GP in that last level up. What's up with that? Can Jude get Shining Hand? 6? Oh yeah, he got it. Sweet. Ooh, TP gain 2. Just enough. Light emitted from the palm of your hand increases attack range. Ooh.
Where is everyone?
A Spyrix casing.
Looks like Gaius.
This looks like a storage space for Spyrixes, but the contents are destroyed.
Did Gaius do this?
With his space sword.
Whoever it was leveled the larger facilities and warehouses, but left the other buildings intact.
In other words, their goal is not an invasion or to wipe out the military.
But to get rid of all its Spyrixes?
Milla, we should hurry and look for Balin.
Right.
Alvin's lost a lot already.
I can't believe the size of this facility. Everything in Olympias is so grandiose.
It's like a city in and of itself.
Help me.
Are you okay?
Thank you. I think I'll be okay now.
This place seems deserted. Do you know where everyone went?
Some people got out early. I don't know about the rest. It was pretty chaotic.
Did you see the attackers?
The soldiers hit us like a wave. They were led by some guy with a giant sword and a flying woman.
Gaius.
Well, that settles it.
That it does.
They told us they'd destroy every last Spyrix, then they ordered us to retreat.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Wait. He can't be. Gaius must be planning to eliminate every Spyrix in the entire world.
There it is.
Just to stop the Otherworld reactor plan? Isn't that a bit extreme?
No, it's a sound plan. Olympias' situation won't change as long as it has access to Spyrix. Even if the current plan is halted, someone else will eventually come up with something similar.
By eliminating Spyrix, Gaius is going right to the heart of the two-world problem.
Sounds like a lot of work. But if Gaius is anything, he's determined. Damn it. That puts Balin in danger.
Excuse me. Do you know anything about someone named Balin? He's a Spyrix engineer.
You might find him over in the Spyrite research wing.
What?
Officially, it's called the Military Research Wing, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Those freaks are probably still wreaking havoc over there.
He
I'm
just
sure
met
he's
up.
okay.
Don't worry about me. You just worry about Gaius.
He just
Yeah,
met up
but
with
still-
Balin.
You already have enough on your plate. Your job is to keep moving forward, remember?
Right.
We don't have time to worry right now. The sappy stuff will have to wait.
All right, thanks.
So where's this military research wing anyway?
Just ahead. If it's still standing. Be careful.
You too.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Save it, I'm fine.
Okay, what magic does Milla have right now? She has... Okay, Sunburst, Cyclone, what does she? Condemnation? Maybe I should put that something else. Bolt Strike? Thunderblade. Gentle like a feather. Whoa, Scorpion. Pretty sure this is the place? Oh wait a second. Military Research Wing. Whoa, is that an item shop? Weapon shop. Birdos. It looks like these ones never have bonuses, so I don't know. Or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, food vendor. $700K.
We'll never find Balin or Gaius at this rate.
Let's look somewhere else.
Hold
Beep
on.
boop.
What is it?
This confirms it. They created a spyrite with the information Exodus gave them. Something called Volt.
Interesting.
So Gilland really was trying to save Olympius with spyrites.
What? According to this, that spyrite thing was powered about a half an hour ago.
That sounds like it was one of the reasons for the chaos that transpired here.
Where'd it go?
I don't know exactly, but it looks like it climbed to one of the floors above us. What do you think?
It might be worth checking out.
Why do you say that?
I don't have any proof, but I think Gaius might have activated it. If he did, we should find him nearby.
But what would be his motive for using Spyrite?
I have the same question. I think it's important we get in contact with him.
Jude, it's not that I don't want to meet him. But if Gaius is dead set on destroying all Spyrixes, I doubt he'll listen to anything we have to say.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If that's his plan, then I'll just have to stop it.
You say that now, but we all know how much you respect him. Just as you respect Milla.
Oh boy.
Please, Rowan. There's no need for this.
You sure you won't back down in front of your hero, kid?
Hey, Jude doesn't need a lecture from you.
Yeah! Who died and made you head honcho?
It's okay. I do respect Gaius, but it doesn't mean I have to follow his path. I can create my own. Otherwise, I'll never make my own decisions. I won't grow up to be who I want to be.
Well said.
Gaius respects Jude as well. Maybe I should use that prevention thing more. Prevent afflictions.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
The base's power went out.
Let's proceed with caution.
Oh no, darkness. Ooh.
Let's end it. How unfortunate.
You did it!
Okay. Rolling assault. We will not falter.
I feel much.
Leave me alone. This better be good. Ah. Oh, that's right. I can use my buff items now. Do I need to, though? Might as well. Agility. Psi. Intelligence. Vitality. Let's just boost Jude and Milla, honestly. TP. SP. SP. Skill points. What the? There's something for skill points? Who needs more skill points? Elise needs more skill points. Okay, well, that's everything. Ooh. What the?
send it. Okay. Illumination phase.
Please, I got your back.
Here. Flurry impact. Lightning strike. Who's next? City. Farewell. Let's end it. Okay. Tornado wave. Trap here. Trap here. Binding spear.
Imprison the heinous and hate the immoral.
Shining prism.
We will not falter.
There's always...
We're counting on you, Elise.
Screw the other rooms.
I'm still scared!
Hey, get off me. You can't hide there.
She went into the bazongas. Or Tipo. Wait, what? Oh, I got it. Don't be trash! Mysterious jewel. What does that do?
Be careful here. Touching the wrong cable could kill you.
Where do I go? Oh, was I supposed to go in, like, in here? Yep. Strange core. Okay. I think now I can just auto level layout. Conductor 3, sure. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Critical. Prevent encounter links? Oh, hell no. Guardian field. I never had that. Ugh. That's good. I should have had that. Wow, there's nothing here. Wow, okay. Spirit, chivalry. Sustain critical. Oh, wow. Standing idle. I changed to hard. All right. Self. Change this to something else. All right.
That must be Volt.
Anyone else all tingly?
It appears to be a spirit that can control lightning.
It doesn't seem to be tethered to a human the way Celsius was to Gillen.
So you're saying it's out of control?
We won't get any answers until we calm it down.
Ooh, okay. Water.
So much electricity.
So much sound and light!
Yow.
So what? That's not enough to stop us.
It's not working?
Okay. Right on strike!
Let's end it.
Look out! Reload! Not over yet. I can't end here.
He dead?
Now!
Oh, it resists. That's no good. Damn it.
Let's go! Ruination phase!
Please keep it away!
Now, that's one! Ruination phase! Now!
Keep them away!
Now! Let's go! Ruination phase! Now! Not yet! You can't end here!
I'm all good. Don't worry.
Engage!
Come on!
Not over yet! Not yet!
What the?
Let's end it.
Go, Chipo!
Here!
Sharing is caring. Go, Chipo! Sharing is caring.
Ah!
All beginnings must end. Let it be. By my hand. Elemental mastery!
Gather forth the light. Healing circle.
Now! Strike! Now! Let's go!
Let's see what they got.
Yeah.
Now! Let's
go! Tornado blade! Beat!
Don't worry.
Now, that's one! Ruination phase! Now! Now, focus! Now! Let's go! Flame spear! Now!
Fire! Strength.
Ah.
Not yet! Not yet!
Light on point.
Not yet!
Not yet. Don't worry.
Uh-oh.
This won't stop me. Get him. Resurrection.
Not yet!
I feel funny. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Don't worry.
Uh-oh. Use a freaking life bottle on Jude.
Let's go!
What the heck? Oh no, I'm sorry.
You stay still, please.
Look out!
Ah, thank you.
I got you.
Ruination phase! You, here! Torrent impact! Tornado blade!
Oh my goodness.
All beginning must end. Let it be. By my hand. Elemental mastery.
Okay.
Resetting.
Now!
Go, Tipo!
Now, focus! Now, let's go! Ruination phase! Now, focus! Now, let's go! Flame spear!
Go, Tipo! Sharing is caring.
Get over here.
Don't worry.
Must be a side effect from linking.
Oh, sorry!
How careless of me.
Let's go! Ruination phase! Focus! Let's go! Flame spear! Beat! Now!
I'll heal you. Go, Tipo!
Now! Let's go!
Sharing is caring.
I can't end here!
Okay.
Now! Beat! Condemnation! Now! Engage! Focus! Steel! Let's go! Flame spear! Okay!
Whirling assault. It's over.
Okay! Ruination phase!
Let's go.
Torrent impact!
Who's next?
You did it!
Go. Whirling assault.
Now! Now! That's one! Flame spear!
Alright.
Okay, we finally stopped it.
Everyone all right?
Yes. Somehow.
All the electric shocks may have helped my blood circulation.
Not yet.
I'm just. I can't.
Never. All right. Not bad.
Not bad.
We
See ya,
finally
Bolt.
beat some sense into it.
Just another easy battle for yours truly.
If we've learned anything from Celsius and Volt, it's that Spyrites are tough customers.
They're just as strong as the great spirits.
Gaius?
We were wondering when you'd show up.
Interesting. I never expected to find you here.
So you've come to Olympias after all.
I'm assuming you're the one that activated Volt. I don't understand your motive, though. Were you testing its potential?
Potential? I would never entrust my people's lives to something as tenuous as potential. I attempted to tether with a Spyrite, precisely because it is something you would consider.
Oh.
What?
But it was for naught. Their power is far beyond human control. That leaves us with no choice but to eradicate every last Spyrix from this world.
So that really is your plan?
Don't you realize what would happen?
We would end the Otherworld reactor plan once and for all. Surely the end justifies my means.
What about the schism?
We will leave it in place. As long as Spyrixes exist, the threat of Olympius exploiting Rieze Maxia remains.
And what of Maxwell? Do you plan to leave him where he is?
It is the duty of the strong to ensure that the weak do not perish.
This isn't right, Gaius!
What about it isn't right? We will safeguard the schism until the last Spyrix is destroyed. Then, we shall unite the two worlds.
What about all the people who will suffer if you eliminate their Spyrixes? Are you just going to ignore them?
Don't worry about the poor suffering humans. Gaius will protect them.
Jude, Milla, you of all people should understand the ideals I'm striving for.
What's the point of ideals if you force them on others? Don't you see what's happening? Spyrix is a necessity for these people. Take it away and they'll have nothing left.
Jude.
You talk only of possibilities. I demand certainties.
Maybe you're right, but I can't give up.
This conversation is pointless. Please, let's be off.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
What should we do now?
In the end, I couldn't. No, there are still things we can do. There has to be.
There's Balin.
Balin? Balin!
Huh? Alfred!
It appears the elevator stopped working when the power went out. We must find some way to get them out of there.
Let's try climbing to the elevator.
Use Volt.
Wait! We can use Volt!
How? Wait, you can't be serious.
You're not planning on tethering with it, are you?
Is that really wise?
Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. Only way to find out is to try. Volt, lend us your power.
No way, it worked!
It's still stuck. We need more power.
Please, just a little more.
This must be the same backlash that hit Gilland. Give it up, Jude.
Not yet! What are you doing?
Why do you insist on doing such reckless things by yourself?
Look who's talking.
Hey, don't leave us behind now.
If a task cannot be done alone, then we must simply do it together.
Keep trying and something's bound to stick sooner or later.
We want to help too. Uh-huh.
Thanks, everyone.
Almost there. Focus.
Focus!
Now!
Thanks for the save there.
Balin, who are these people?
They're patients. Each one of them has a condition that makes it impossible to live a normal life, even with Spyrixes.
Wait, does that mean the next generation Spyrexes you've been researching are...
Yep. Those little critters they're using are Spyrites.
These creatures are Spyrites?
They're so cute! But they don't seem any more powerful than lesser spirits.
Of course not. They're lesser spirit Spyrites after all. Wait a sec. Are you telling me you don't know how Spyrites are made?
Do us a favor and assume we don't.
Well, you should ask one of the other engineers if you want the full spiel. But in simple terms, you've all seen spirit fossils, right? If one of you Rieze Maxia folks pours mana into one, voila, a spyrite is born from it.
How strange.
I guess there's multiple uses to those fossils, huh?
The only catch is you need a booster.
What? Wait, did you just say booster?
Yep. If someone with a booster pumps mana into a spirit fossil, the calculatrix art inside takes physical form. And that's how you make a spyrite.
How are they different from Spyrixes?
It's a matter of art precision. These spyrites can be as precise as the Asperixis devices from back in the day.
I didn't expect to hear that name here.
Uh-huh. Too bad Asperixis devices consume spirits.
Does that mean spyrites don't kill spirits when they're used?
Pretty much. They're fueled by the mana stored inside spirit fossils, after all.
One thing I don't understand. These people seem to have no trouble using spyrites. And yet, we struggle to tether with Volt.
Spyrites made from great spirits are in a whole different league. The more powerful the base spirit, the lower the chances of a successful tethering. We're still just at a 50% success rate.
Hey, but that's more than enough.
At that rate, lesser spirit spyrites might completely replace regular spyrixes someday.
Then people won't suffer and spirits won't die either. We did it! Great job, Cheapo!
Hey, what are pals for?
Does this mean that Olympias's environment might recover too?
It just might.
Thank you, Balin. You have no idea how much this helps us.
You're welcome, I guess. But we really should be thanking you. You're the ones who saved our research, after all.
We did?
If you hadn't saved us, all of our spyrite research would have gone up in smoke. Someday these people will be able to get on with their lives again.
Something tells me this spyrite research is going to become very important.
Looks like we found the path we've been seeking.
Yeah, although the fight's not over.
Balin, could you tell us the exact spot where you found us?
Oh, of course. I found you all collapsed at the end of Rusal High Road. You can reach the High Road by following this passageway here.
Now Gaius will have to listen to us, right?
No, it's too late. I don't know why I know this, but that was our last chance to convince him.
Now we have to use force.
You look happy. I am, now that we understand the potential of spyrites, and it's all because Jude wouldn't give up. I'm all like, yeah, take that, world. Jude can really do great things when he tries.
I always knew that he could.
They're just as happy with his success as if it were their own.
I completely understand their sentiment, though. Jude had never been the type to lead the way. But this time, he chose a path and followed it through.
It's always good to see positive growth.
I wonder whose influence that was.
One thing's for sure, it certainly wasn't yours.
Oh? Haven't you ever heard of reverse psychology? Teaching by bad example?
At least your humility makes a fine example.
It's good to see everyone upbeat for a change. Yes! The hill where Balin found us was just past Helioborg Fortress.
Let's take a look. Maybe we'll find a clue that will help us get back.
Milla's level 69. What time is it? That might be a good place to end it, actually. I guess I'll just finish off this Lilium Orb stuff here. SP. Jude. Oh, second arts too. What the heck? I honestly don't really need it. But, well. Oh, I did not need that. Ugh. I think Rowan's done too. I don't know what I was doing with Alvin. Whatever. Yeah. Holy crap, 800k. That's gonna be it for this time. I'm probably gonna... I don't know. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna keep going. I don't care. Another hour, maybe.
Olympias doesn't seem to be any greener out this way.
Nope. Pretty much everywhere outside the cities is like this. If anything, it's a little worse than I remember it.
The lack of spirits must have broken the cycle of nature.
To the people of Olympias, this is what nature looks like. When I first laid eyes on the forests of Rieze Maxia, I could barely comprehend what I was seeing.
So this is the world that Spyrix has given you.
Go ahead and say it. We brought this on ourselves.
That may be true, but still.
I honestly don't really think I need to fight anymore. Oops, not that one.
Look,
everyone has
something green for once.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect to see a big forest anytime soon.
Everyone basically has all their skills already. I don't think I need money anymore. So you know what? Let's put Jude with first critical hit rate. Or fairy ring, or emerald ring. You can have Night Crest. I don't know, I guess I can give you a fairy ring. Mystic symbol, mystic emblem. Do I have another mystic symbol maybe? I don't think I do. That's fine. Oh, wait a second. Didn't Rowan have like... Oh, never mind, he's fine. Speed cast, he already has it. Yeah, 800k, I think I'm good.
Let me make sure I have this straight. We use boosters to infuse spirit fossils with mana, and then a spyrite is born. Because unlike Spyrix devices, Spyrites can use arts without harming spirits.
Did you actually take notes while Balin was talking?
Yes, but there are still things I don't understand.
If there are things you actually do understand, then you're way ahead of me. I bet Teepo'd say, "Hey, you need to study, Leia!"
But after that, he'd probably say, "I don't understand any of this either."
Probably.
Hey, no Teepo impersonations!
He heard us! You're both being rude.
Elise, do you understand Spyrite theory?
Of course I do.
They're shit-talking Elise. What was that? Eye of the Demon Beast? What the heck? Wow, 4. These are a lot of points, honestly. I think I should keep going around. Yeah, it's just Gal.
Sorry to be such a burden back there. I'll try to be more careful.
Oh, hello. There's nothing.
He said he found us sprawled at the foot of this hill.
Let's look for a path down.
What's that?
We must have fallen from there to the bottom of the cliff.
Isn't the rift a little small?
My guess is it's about to collapse. Jumping back through would be a leap of faith.
Count me out! It looks too dangerous!
Let's head back to town and figure out another way.
No, it's now or never.
Hey, everyone. If you plan on returning to Rieze Maxia, then I think it's time we parted ways.
What? What makes you say that all of a sudden?
I know that we pulled off a successful Spyrite tethering together, and we found out some great news. But I'm afraid the only way to stop Gaius at this point is to fight him. I don't want the way you feel now to get in the way of your true feelings.
I agree. If we can't be honest with ourselves about why we're fighting, then there's no point in fighting in the first place.
In other words, you want us to make our own decision.
It'll be a difficult ride ahead. I guess it only makes sense.
Mind if I have some more time to think? At least until you're all ready to leave?
Sure, of course.
Don't let your current emotions get in the way. I'm almost acting human.
You are, though.
Sorry, it's nothing.
Oh.
Wait, isn't this...
Her Spyrix is no longer being powered. So that means
There's
she's
no
walking
way
by
replacing
herself.
everything Spyrix with Spyrites is gonna be easy as it sounds. In terms of raw numbers, just think of how many Spyrites we'll need.
It's true. The Spyrites need to be researched, created, distributed. It won't happen overnight.
There is much that needs to be done. But if we can't buy more time, the spirits will go extinct.
I will buy us time. Maxwell said it himself. If we remove the schism, the mana that it contains could sustain Olympius for a considerable amount of time.
And that's what you intend to do?
Yes, it is.
It's a long road ahead for all of us.
But the more pressing problem is Gaius. If we can't stop him, it'll be too late for Olympius.
Yeah.
Let's head back.
I don't understand. The spirit fossil came off. How is she able to continue walking?
What's going on?
Sorry to be such a burden back there. I'll try to be more careful.
Black swordsman, flying witch. Rest at Balin's apartment. Alright. Wait a second. Nope. Second floor, that's right. I got a thing. What? Oh boy, guess I'm not getting paid anytime soon. Krona symbol? Oh, that's good.
What are you doing, Alvin?
Figured I'd stay away, since everyone's so sick of me.
Maybe because you're a big fat liar.
Yeah, that's just who I am, all right. And what about you, Elise? Wondering what to do?
Yeah. I just don't know what the right choice is.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. I don't know much about being a kid. Never really had a childhood.
So were you a member of Exodus ever since you were just a little boy?
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was okay to trick people. When things would go bad, I'd just disappear. I'd take the path of least resistance. I pretty much just did whatever didn't hurt me, that's all.
Then, does that mean you won't be going with Milla and Jude?
You know what? That kid forces me to wake up and smell reality. They're all just so mature. The way they hide their real feelings about me.
Oh, now I get it. You're lonely, aren't you, Alvin?
I've never been much for expressing my feelings, I suppose. But even if they do hate me, I have to stick it out. I'm not leaving this time.
So does that mean that you really want to be their friend again?
I've learned that building real trust with people takes a lot more work than you think.
Being a grown-up sounds like an awful lot of pain.
It seems like the older you get, the tougher it is to share your feelings with others. Anyway, no one will want to be friends with me until I can make the first move. It's hard, but it sure beats being alone.
I wonder what I'm supposed to do now. What do I have to do to become happy?
Well, it's different for everyone. You just have to find what works for you. I'm sure you know what you want by now.
I guess so. It hasn't been easy, but I've learned a lot traveling with everybody. I know that. I definitely don't want to stop, that's for sure. I want to keep on learning more, and I want to make some new friends.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Some help you are.
I told you, I'm the wrong guy to ask about this stuff. Sorry about that, kid.
Head pats.
Huh?
That's a thank you. I just wanted you to know that from now on, I'm gonna be your friend, okay?
Wow.
How come the kids are the wisest people in this group?
Ship! Just kidding, no I don't. No I don't. But that was sweet. A little sweet moment. Rowan and Leia? Yes, sir.
Trouble sleeping, young miss?
Yeah, I still haven't made up my mind. What about you?
I've reached a decision. I have decided to go with them.
I see. I wonder if I'm the only one who's still on the fence.
You're not alone.
Huh?
When Lord Klein passed away, I inherited the keys to the kingdom, along with many doubts.
But eventually you figured out what to do, right? I used to think that everything works out if you do your best, but I've been proven wrong every time.
Does Agria still haunt you?
I keep thinking there might have been something else I could have done for her.
I know that feeling well.
Oh, you mean with King Noctigal?
Am I that easy to read? Let me tell you, life does not become any simpler the older you get. But I must say, I am a bit surprised by you.
In what way?
I was under the impression that Jude was the one who occupied your every waking thought.
Exposed!
Come on now, don't be silly. Is it obvious?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
You know, I once thought that if I became a nurse, that I might find happiness. After all, when Jude's happy, I'm happy. Simple enough, right? But now, I'm starting to get the feeling that Jude just might be better off without me. I mean, I don't want to get in his way again, you know?
Leah, would you like to know what my reasons are and why I've decided to go along with Jude and Milla?
Are you willing to tell me?
I would like to be there to walk with them in the future that they wish to create.
That sounds like you.
But that's not all.
Huh?
I plan to take the lead and pull the two of them along behind me.
Oh.
That is my true desire.
And I? What do I really want?
I think you already know your answer, miss.
What I really want is to see Jude's smiling face again. I suppose that's it. That's a good reason, isn't it?
Leia, biggest unrequited love ever. Big oof. Childhood friend trope never works.
Hey. Don't you want to sit?
You've changed.
Not really. To be honest, I'm so scared I can't even sleep.
I told you before, if we can just dispel the schism, I'll handle everything from there. There's no reason for you to be afraid.
Milla! If the schism disappears, so will the temporal crossroads, right?
Yes. The destruction of the schism means the death of Maxwell. The temporal crossroads were born from Maxwell and that unique spirit climb, so they will vanish too.
Why? Why didn't I realize what's happened to you? I know. You never told me because you wanted me to find my own answer first. Isn't that right? Milla?
It was just easier for me that way.
Huh?
The entity known as Maxwell is essential for the spirits. So they will need a new Maxwell.
Then we won't be able to stay together anymore?
The sadness of parting is a human emotion. Such emotions no longer apply to me.
And there's no other way, is there?
Maxwell created me, so perhaps he could restore my human body. Jude, is that what you really want? Let's create a new future for all the spirits and people in the world. And let's create it together.
Together.
Gaius!
Gaius!
Just relax. I've come here to tell you something, and that's all.
Well? What then?
We are ready to commence our operation, to wipe out every Spyrix in Olympias.
So your attack from before was just to check whether Spyrites were usable?
Exactly.
You came here to tell us that?
No. Listen. You have a dream for the future of the world that is vastly different from mine. So...
Take it easy.
This is a piece of Muse's power.
The power to slice through space? What of it?
Here, I give you a chance to return to Rieze Maxia quietly if you choose to.
You'd still offer us a chance to end things peacefully.
Gaius, you know full well that we can't walk the same path. Not anymore.
If you wish to make your dream a reality, then come and face me. I won't run, and I won't hide.
Wait. What about Muse?
She is very torn. She has incredible power, yet she knows not how to use it. In hindsight, I was cruel to force such a weak person to become strong so suddenly.
He wants to save her too, doesn't he?
Hey, I know I might just be fighting for selfish reasons now. But I know that I have to go face Gaius. I need to get a grip on these fragile feelings. Otherwise, I won't become the adult I want to be. So, Milla, if I ever stray from my path, promise me that you'll be there to remind me who I really am.
I will.
They can't have a future together.
Sleep well?
Yes.
That might have been the best sleep I've had in my entire life. I was dead to the world.
I decided I'm coming with you. I won't bore you with my reasons, though.
Thanks, Leia. Let's do our best.
Yep. I'm coming too. And me 3.
I shall accompany you as well.
Wouldn't do for the only Olympian here to sit this one out.
So you've made up your minds.
Then there's something we need to tell you. Check this out.
Nifty knife.
Gaius brought this to us last night. He called it a piece of Muse's power.
Does that mean we could use it to tear open the breach?
Looks like it.
Gaius truly is inscrutable.
He's mocking us.
I don't think so. We might be fighting against one another, but he's a good guy.
Nice to see her actually talking to me.
Well...
Oh.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's a bummer there's nobody here to send off the heroes.
Where's Balin?
That shouldn't be a problem.
We'll just have to accept that we're unsung heroes.
Who needs an adoring crowd? Let's have a pre-battle cheer.
If you insist.
Couldn't hurt.
Make sure to put some feeling into it.
Indeed. Here goes nothing. Everyone, let's finish what we started.
Alright, let's go to the dimensional breach. Musing about Muse.
Muse seems to have fallen completely under Gaius's control.
I'd say it's more that Muse has finally found someone she can rely on. She had been yearning for someone to guide her.
That girl has some big-time dependency issues.
She's like my own dark shadow. I wish we could have met under different circumstances.
Whatever the nature of their relationship, Muse's ability to manipulate dimensional space is now in Gaius's hands. That is no trivial matter.
Agreed. Even the great spirits are no match for a blade that can sever dimensional barriers.
That doesn't sound promising. Should we turn tail and run away?
Yes, let's do that. Do you really think I would say such a thing?
Of course not.
You know me well. Jude, you're up.
Alright, tear that hole open.
Can we look before we leap? Less walking, more leaping.
Not so fast.
What now?
You really think we can beat Gaius and Muse like this?
Don't tell me you're getting cold feet.
I don't think that's what he's implying.
Do we need to take care of any business back in Rieze Maxia?
Yes.
We can go back?
Yes, we can probably return to Rieze Maxia from the temporal crossroads.
Alvin has a point. We cannot expect help from anyone.
In other words, we must be fully prepared.
Right. We gotta think these things through. We're on our own after all.
Good point.
Alright, let's head back to Rieze Maxia.
Ready, everyone?
Last one in has to kiss Tipo. Hey, no fair.
I gotcha.
No need to worry. We're all bound for the same destination.
Guess we'll never get the knack for doing things as a group.
Hey, it's worked for us so far.
I guess you're right. Well, looks like we're up.
So how can I go back to Rieze Maxia?
What?
Hey, nice of you to join us. Either we ended up in a different place from last time, or it got a major remodel.
Gaius must have used Maxwell's power to alter things here. Where's Leia?
Where'd you go?
I found another breach like the one we came through.
Don't tell me you went in it.
I did. It leads to Rieze Maxia, so that's the wrong way. Then Gaius and Muse must be that way.
This presents a dilemma. I assumed we would just be following the same path as last time.
At your age, Rowan, never assume things will be easy.
Well said. We have other dangers to contend with besides Gaius and Muse.
Better keep our guard up.
Let's go, everyone.
What's that? Ooh, Mega Lexer. This way. The vacant
Gaius
throne.
has been busy keeping order in Rashagal ever since Noctigal died. I wonder what's going on back at his old castle in Canbalar.
You sure you don't need to stop by Niakara for anything?
Actually, it has been a while since I've shown my face around town. I wouldn't mind seeing how everyone's doing.
Well, when we have a chance, let's make the trip.
You don't want to pay Balin a visit?
Why? Are you hoping to hear one of his humiliating stories about my past?
The more you bring it up, the more curious we get.
Okay. To Olympias. Whew. I think that's gonna do it this time. So let's just save here. Oh wait, what are you saying, Leia? Ship full of nothing.
But isn't that so perfectly her?
Alright, that's enough for this episode of Tales of Xillia. Oh, wow. Next time, we are gonna do a lot of... pretty much gonna go to all of Rieze Maxia and see what's up, what else can I do, and then head off to the final boss, because, I don't know, yeah, next time might be the finale. So you know what? Yeah, after this, I'll play the sequel, Tales of Xillia 2. But until then, thank you to anyone who tuned in, and we'll see you next time on Tales of Xillia. Bye.